Are you still scared to do a Facebook Live? Did they scare the poop out of you? That's what we're going to talk about today. You know, too many people are terrified of doing a Facebook Live. And, they'd almost rather have bamboo shoved under their fingernails than get onto a Facebook Live and be raw and real and expose themselves, maybe screw up, maybe not have it scripted perfectly. That is absolutely terrifying. And it's holding you back from growing in your business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about, do you have content to offer people? What if I don't have any value? Like, what if nobody wants to listen to me? Who am I to get on Facebook and teach something, right? So that's where we're going today. So welcome to today's Daily Dose of Awesome. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Tracy Chalmers and I'm a mentor here inside this amazing community. And I thought today we would get back to the basics as we have so many fabulous new members in our community and hit them hard with some real hard facts about what their Facebook Live AWOL-ness is preventing in their business. So today's ddoa is your 15 minutes of inspiration, education, and motivation to move your business forward. So let's see who we've got jumping on with us today. Hey, Wendy, how you doing? Tamara, hello. I think I saw Chuck and I think I saw Tracy scroll up there. So if you're hopping on live with me, make sure you say hi. Let me know where you're coming in from and show me some love today. We're going to talk about Facebook Lives because I know how difficult it is for many people to hop on, and I thought we should really dive into this subject. Tamara, I know I need to be doing this, but you can't seem to do it. So Tamara, let's talk about this. Hey, Whit, nice to see you. Fran, good to see you here too. All right, so, let's bring it back down to basics a little bit, okay? Facebook Lives probably are one of the most influential, most powerful tools you have in your repertoire for building your business, whether you're a network marketer, an affiliate marketer, an internet marketer, however you label yourself, it is going to be a critical piece in your journey and your success of getting your brand and yourself out there. Now, I wanted to talk about the format of it a little bit and call you out on a couple of things because I'm seeing a few things happening all over Facebook land, as well as within the fast track community that I'm mentoring. And I'm still hearing folks say how scared they are of Facebook Lives. And you know what? I get it. I totally get it. When I first started doing Facebook Lives, man, they sucked, And I actually said that to someone that I was chatting with yesterday when I was mentoring her. I said to her, looking back at some of my early lives, they were the pits. They were absolutely awful. And I made so many mistakes. I screwed up everywhere, but that's okay. And I want you to know that it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be real and raw. So let's start in on talking about, what do I talk about? What do I talk about on a Facebook Live? Like, who's going to listen to me? Why don't you just start with your passion? If Facebook Lives are new for you, start with a passion, something that sets your soul on fire, something that you're really excited about. Maybe there's a skill set that you have that you're really passionate about. Depending on the type of business you're in, maybe you want to do a bit of a cooking class. We have some really successful entrepreneurs in our community that do cooking classes. Or, maybe you want to educate somebody on, Taekwondo. I don't know. I'm just reaching here. Or music. Maybe music is your passion. You want to pick something that you can speak to with enthusiasm, with excitement, with love, and just let people feel your heart in your live. That is what's going to create a following and create engagement. Hey, Deb from Indiana. Who else is here? Let me scroll down a minute. Fran, I said hi. Hi, Connie, you're here too. So show me some love and hearts as you're hopping on here and let me know you're here. Okay, you guys? Now, what's really important when you start your Facebook Live is you start with a title that's going to grab somebody. We are on an incredibly busy platform. It is noisy out there in Facebook land. You need a title that will grab them and stop their scroll, right? Something that'll just like, oh, wow, what is this about? Make them curious. Make them wonder what you're going to talk about. because boy, oh boy, you're fighting for airtime. You're fighting for space. And if you want somebody to stop and not just blow through, you need to grab them with a great title. So think about something that will stop their scroll. You know, a couple emojis sometimes, like I bet you noticed my poop emoji, because I thought, you know what? This is what we're going to talk about. The shit that goes down and prevents us from doing our Facebook Lives, right? So grab somebody in a title, hook them right off the hop. Then jump into your Facebook Live immediately. One of the mistakes I see many people do is they'll get onto their Facebook Live, and I was guilty of this too. I'm telling you now, I did this early on, so I'm speaking from experience. But one big mistake I see immediately is people will get on their Facebook Live and then they'll sit there and they'll be like, is anybody coming on? I wonder, is anybody here? And they wait and they wait and they wait for the audience to formulate, for Facebook to go out there and grab people and form an audience. Don't do that. Jump right in, because you're going to lose the people who have hopped on live. And besides, most people, and I'd venture to say about 80% of the people who view your Facebook Live will watch it on replay. So fewer people actually tune in live. So just dive right in, because really you're putting the live out there for all those replays that you're going to get. Does that make sense? Drop me a 1 if you get that. If that makes sense to you, drop me a 1. All right, so just jump right in and tackle and get on with it with those who have tuned in with you live. Get on with it for them. Don't waste their time or you'll lose them, right? Yeah, you get that, Connie. Okay, good. Awesome, Michael. Good to hear. All righty. So start right in. And I like to start with a question, because what the question does is it hooks them in immediately, and it's human nature. Like we're like those curious cats that have 9 lives. We want to hear a question right away. Yeah, see, I'm seeing tons of 1s coming in. That's fantastic. Right on, guys. The question hooks you immediately because we're curious creatures, right? And if we're hooked immediately, we're less likely to scroll off. We're less likely to leave the live, because now we're curious and we're like, ooh, what's the answer to that? What's the answer to that? Right? It's like the curiosity killed the cat. But, you know, we're after the attention grabber. So the more questions we can start off with, they identify with those. They'll be like, oh yeah, you know what? That's me. Oh, I feel that way. Oh, I get that. I wonder what she's going to say about that. I wonder what he's going to point out with that, because you know what? I do that too. So those kind of questions are going to grab your viewers immediately. All right. And that hook is super duper important. Now, something I've already been doing in this video, and I want to see if you've noticed it, I also think is very important to do right away. After you start your video, you've got that killer hook, that killer title, you open with instant boom, boom, boom questions. You introduce yourself next, like I did. I'm Tracy Chalmers here with the Daily Dose of Awesome, Elite Marketing Pro. What did I go on to do next? Let me know if you picked up on that. I was kind of testing to see, what did I do next? Friend, engagement, you bet. So what was I doing with my audience in that moment? What did I do to show some love to you? For those that were hopping on live, I was actually calling out. I was calling your name. I was talking to you. I was saying hello to you. What that does is show love to the audience, those who did tune in live. All right? And then you go on to say, hey, Michael, nice to see you here, friend. Thanks for hopping on. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. And if you're watching on replay, give me a shout out. Let me know you're watching on replay so I can come back on later and give you a virtual high five and say hi, because I'd love to say hello to you. Okay? So that shows the people who are watching your live and watching your live on replay how much you appreciate them. And it brings them into the conversation and acknowledges them. Right, Michael? Exactly. Recognize them, Deborah. It makes people feel good, right? If it made you feel good when I called any of your names out during this live, give me #love in the comments below. And if it makes you feel special when people call out your names, right, Tracy, on a live, #love to let me know that it resonated with you. Okay, so let's move on. You're picking up this format. You can always go back on replay with a notepad and a pen and write these ideas down. And I encourage you to do that. There's my hashtag loves. All right. Engagement, right? Very, very important. So to move through a video now, you ask engaging questions. Get people curious. Get them wanting to answer. You know, it also encourages them to watch your video all the way through because they feel like they're appreciated there. They feel like they're engaged, they're involved, they're part of the show, right? Who doesn't like their name to be called out and to be acknowledged? So when you ask engaging questions and get them to answer, that helps people stay in tune and curious and committed to watching all the way through. So Deborah, tell me, what is the most favorite thing that you experience when you're watching a Facebook Live? What impacts you? What grabs you? Tomas, tell me as well, what grabs you when somebody's on a Facebook Live? Let me know in the comments something that engages you personally, okay? So we can all learn from that. Now, through that engagement, you also want to encourage hearts, loves, likes, thumbs up, favorite emojis, hashtags, shares. If this video is resonating with you, share it with people that you feel may need to hear this message. Okay? Always include those call to actions, just soft little calls all the way through, and that creates engagement. Hey, Catherine, nice to see you here. Welcome. So those are the kind of things that keep your audience engaged and loving you. And then you can be the total rock star you are while you're on your video. Now, let's keep moving through. This is where you deliver your content. So for our Facebook Live here and a little bit of instruction, I've been jumping around a bit because I've been wanting to isolate content throughout to teach you the format of a Facebook Live for all of our new members here at Elite Marketing Pro. So this is where you would deliver your content and you would just blast them with your brilliance, share your awesomeness, teach them a few things. Maybe you've got 3 tips, 2 strategies, do's and don'ts, something that grabs them, something that they can be hungry for and go, oh yeah, I need to hear this. This is something I need to know. And you deliver your content. Now, be real. Be who you are. I like to think of this when I hop on lives. It's like I'm talking to some of my closest friends. Because you are, aren't you? Within our community here, we are tight. We are friends. We are family. But when you're outside of our community and you're shooting a Facebook Live, if it's difficult for you, and I get it because it used to be. In fact, a girlfriend of mine, like a year and a half ago when I first started doing my lives, she's like, just take a shot of tequila. And I'm like, ooh, that's an idea. Maybe I will just take a shot of tequila before I hop on. But I don't recommend that. But I do recommend you treating it like you're talking to your friends. This is friendship time. This is a coffee or a beer with your buddy or your girlfriend or whatever it is. You're just hanging out and having a conversation. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be silly, to say stupid stuff. It's okay to be raw and real. Because put in the comments if you know why that's important. And I know I said the word why and I did that on purpose. But what are the reasons as to why it may be important for the audience to see you make mistakes, to see that it's not polished, to see that you maybe you were fumbling with a few notes. That's okay. Yeah, Michael, Catherine, exactly. You're real. You're human. Tracy, you're relatable. That's right. Catherine, you're relatable. Exactly. If it's too polished and perfect, what is the message you're sending out to people? In my eyes, if I see something that's far too polished, especially when I was a beginner at this, I'd be like, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, look how good they are. It's intimidating. It's nerve-wracking. I can't follow up on that. I can't do a Facebook Live it's that beautiful, right? So it's very, very scary. So be human. This is just a conversation with friends. And Eric, authenticity, I love that. Exactly. Be genuine, be real, friend, exactly. So that's where you deliver your content. Yeah, so what if you screw up? Who cares? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to put yourself into action, right? Right? Now, call to action. At the very end of your video, depending on what kind of content you delivered, whether you were teaching something, maybe you have an offer on the tail end, maybe you're asking someone to reach out for you for more information. So depending on the offer you have at the end, your call to action will be a strong comment, request, whatever it is that relates to your content. So if you're getting value from this video right now, I want you to put hashtag value in the comments below, and feel free to reach out to me and private message me if you want my blah, blah, blah. Or if you're interested in learning more about how I generate leads and sales online and have people reaching out to me every day to get more information about my business, drop the word I'm ready. Drop the words I'm ready in the comments below, and I'll reach out to you personally and get that information to you. So really strong calls to action, and I hope those were good examples for you. Let me know with thumbs and hearts if those were some good ideas for you for your call to action. You really want it to be strong, and you want it to be clean and concise. You want to direct people on what to do. People love being told what to do. If your call to action is too soft or wishy-washy, no excitement, yeah, whatever, yeah, like reach out to me, yeah, whatever, if you want to know more, whatever. But no, like, I want you to hop over to that link. I'm going to drop in the comments as soon as I close out this video, and grab my method right now. You don't want to waste any time because you want to dive right into that content now. Okay, do you see the difference? Let me know if you see the difference. Okay, so your call to action is critical because that is what's going to generate leads, right? Income producing activities. Okay, so I hope this has been helpful. Oh, yeah, exactly. Be excited, friend. Yeah. Good, Debbie. I'm so glad. These are great tips. You're very welcome. Now, you see what I'm doing again? I am calling people out. I'm talking. I'm interacting. I'm creating that engagement. I'm making them feel special for commenting in. Is this all making sense, guys? Yeah, awesome. Yep, good, Tom. Right on. Okay, so now when you wrap it up with that strong call to action, I really want you to think about the end in mind. And I did a daily dose on this, maybe 3-4 weeks ago now, about whenever you create content, always think about the end in mind, whether it be your ad, whether it be a live, whether it be a blog post, whether it be an email. Think about what it is your end result is in mind when you start this. So your call to action is actually well thought out prior to delivering, because you're leading up to that call to action. Maybe it's a product that you're hitting them up with. Okay, so really think about the end in mind, and you want those clicks. That's the goal here. All right, so at the very end of your video now, we're wrapping it up here. You can go back and take the notes and hit replay on this video and take notes through it. But the very end of your video, you thank them for viewing. You thank them for sticking around. You thank them for showing up and interacting. You give a few more shout outs. You let them know you'll be back. Okay? So this is really critical. A lot of people, especially the folks I'm mentoring here in the community, oh, you hear my puppy. He wants to say hello. This is Chewbacca. There must be somebody out in the front street walking by right now, and he's protecting us. So this is Chewbacca. Yeah, Tom, start with the end in mind. So here you go. Perfect distractions right here in a Facebook Live. My dog is howling at whoever's walking by. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be real, right? So you want to think about how you're going to ask your audience to come back, right? You want to let them know to expect you back tomorrow, next week, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. And that is something that I've discussed quite a bit recently with some of the folks I'm mentoring in the community when I get on my one-on-one calls with them. They're reluctant to kind of figure out when they want to do their Facebook Lives. They're really reluctant to do that. Your audience deserves to know when you're going to be back, right? You need to show up for them, and they need to know when that's going to be. So let them know, I'm going to be back tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time, or whatever. Day Dose of Awesome, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, right? You know when we're showing up. You can build it into your calendar. You can build it into your schedule, and your audience looks forward to seeing you. I do my Talk with Tracy's for my own business every Tuesday at noon Mountain Standard Time. My following, my people, my tribe, the people I love to see day in and day out, know they can expect me then, as well as other times, right? So, I get that it's hard to build in a schedule. And people often ask me, well, ideally, when's the best time to go live? Well, I guess the algorithm says to us that the best time, typically when the most people are on the platform, when it seems to have the biggest numbers on Facebook, tends to be Sunday afternoon evenings, Tuesday and Thursday evenings. However, I always recommend the best time to do a Facebook Live is when you can do it. Get on that live and do it whenever you can do it. Don't wait for Sundays. Don't wait for Tuesday and Thursdays. If Friday at 9 a.m. is best for you, get on, right? So Catherine, good, exactly. That's when you train your people. Perfect, exactly. Give them something to expect. And whatever time you choose that's best for you to go live, do it. I don't care if it is not the most ideal time, because remember what I said at the beginning of this DDOA, most people will watch on replay. Okay, so even if you have 1 or 2 people on there, interact with them, pour the love into them, let them know how appreciative you are for them hopping on, right? And doing it is better than finding a perfect time, Tom. Yeah, love it. Okay, so if this has been helpful for you today, and we kind of went back to the basics, give me a hashtag basics and let me know it was helpful, and maybe just a couple new reminders or some new ideas that maybe you hadn't thought of for your Facebook Lives. So as always, tomorrow, same time, same place, another mentor will be on teaching you something wonderful, I'm sure. And once again, I loved being here. Thank you, Michael, for putting hashtag basics. And I'm Tracy Chalmers, and I'll see you all soon. Very helpful. Good stuff. Thanks, bud. Talk later. Bye.